Hey everybody, just gonna warm up our cards here. So, I'm gonna get a little reading here. We're using the Kipper and the Blunt deck. Alright, so we're gonna start with a bit of Kipper. Okay. Let's see what's up. Let's call on our angels, saints, ancestors, spirit guides, divine messengers into our space, provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light and love. And so it is. Okay. Adjudication. Something to do with a wealthy man, a businessman, family room and a child, and then there's a main male. And then there's some sort of needing a third party to navigate the situation. Someone of wise counsel. This could be an actual authority figure, judge, having to hear out both sides of a situation, determining something that could be fated. Okay, there could be, excuse me, something that there may be some secrets about. This can have something to do with maybe they share space, a home, work, close quarters. Maybe this child is shared between both men, figures here, male figures. Maybe there's confusion on who this belongs to. Maybe that's what they're doing here, is finding out the truth. Finding out the truth. There's something, there's a message here. There's something being, it's like something sealed in an envelope. Like something that could be like a results. Okay, so they could be, someone could have ordered results to find out what's what here. There's a woman here. Who's this mature woman? Okay, so this could be someone who is looking out over this child, like a grandparent, or someone like a cousin or an aunt. Someone is curious about, or someone's holding someone's secret of who and what and where. Let's see. We have change here. So someone may need to move. Maybe someone's wanting to take care, right, of someone. And maybe they're moving locations here. Maybe out of this family room into this bigger house. Maybe it's with this particular energy. I feel like it might require travel, packing up, having to relocate. This would be a big change. Let's see. This could be court ordered. Someone to go live with someone else. Okay. Maybe this is something I'm picking up on for one of our members of our channel here. Many members, I don't know, let's see. We have occupation here. I have expectation here. Let me show you. Okay, that's the occupation. And then this is expectation. I feel like someone's been devoted and committed, right, to what, you know, they do, minding their own business, getting their work done. And then there's this like looming feeling that like something's coming to light or will, right? Being in this energy of like almost like having foresight into something. Yeah. Sitting back and just observing, waiting for things to play out. Look at, and here's it playing out, an official person. Interesting. It's like getting official news or meeting something or someone official. Look at this. Yeah, there's concern here for somebody. Look at this. Here's the mature man. The mature man might have something to do with the mature woman. Someone who like, so I feel like someone's just kind of like waiting for the results of something, waiting on like a decision. And then here's this official person, which can represent like an officer of the court or an authority, or, you know, could be the judge itself. And then I have, you know, a mature man, very concerned. So it's kind of like, you know, whatever decision that this is really affects the fate of somebody. And, you know, possibly even like a living situation, or who raises somebody, who takes care of somebody. You know, maybe someone is not able to be available, possibly. So maybe there's a need that someone else needs to step in, right? And take some sort of leadership here. So we're going to get a little bit more. So you can give us some info on this. Okay, we have a pregnancy. Maybe a mother figure here that we're talking about. And then we have someone's silence, someone's refusing to give in. There's a lot of anxiety. Okay, this could be this energy that I'm getting with this child here. Maybe someone's not wanting to accept that maybe there's a need to be responsible for this. I'm getting like there could be a question of like who this child belongs to. Maybe there's a bit of denial here. Yeah, there might have been someone who was playing games and stringing somebody along, playing with their feelings and emotions, trying to take advantage of somebody. They could have entrapped them with a pregnancy here. All right. Maybe they lied about it being theirs to keep them with them. So I feel like somebody was playing with somebody's emotions and mind games. And there's something playing out here. Yeah, someone has regrets. Someone is feeling guilty or being distant or feeling ashamed. I feel like this might have something to do with this message. We have here air sign energy. Someone could have just like realized that like this was something that wasn't really worth getting involved in, and to sit back and let things play out naturally. I feel like somebody didn't listen to their intuition or pay attention to maybe their dreams, songs, telepathic communication. Seems like there's a bit of a blockage here. Some sort of spiritual contract. I'm getting somebody maybe violated a spiritual contract. There's secrets here. Being judged, there's a hidden truth here. I feel like that's what they're ashamed about, is these secrets. Yeah, they're hidden. Remember when I first picked this up, I was like, I think my secret. Look at, somebody wants to go away and run away into the sunset. Go on a vacation. Someone feels like time's running out. They can't wait any longer. There's some sort of intervention playing out here when it comes to this official person. Someone's on the edge. Okay. I have fire sign energy, Leo's, Aries, Sag. I have energy where like the player's playing and the vice versa. There's addictions here. There's doing them and juggling connections here. I feel like somebody wants to communicate. Okay, they may want to express what's been going on here. Maybe let you know that like what they've experienced here. I have someone wanting to work it out, negotiating with you, begging. There's earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then I have around summer. Okay. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Fire, earth, water, and air. Revenge, patterns, enjoying the show, getting even, and childish behavior. Game over. Round spring, divine feminine, emerging as a leader, strong intuition, empath, and you're a healer to others. Okay, so there could have been something that you were doing to help others, and maybe there's some sort of blowback for them trying to create kind of a dissonance for you. Yeah, look at these emotions are running really high over here. Someone not, it's almost like someone not realizing they had a spiritual contract until it was too late. Yeah, look. Ready to explode. There's flashbacks, childhood wounds, and someone may have gotten caught in the act. Okay. So there could be concern here. Like legit, like someone could be dealing with something very serious. You have a new boo. It's going to feel like your other half, like a reflection of your soul, a twin flame. New love, enjoying one another. Okay, this game is over. The game that they thought that they were playing and winning is over. Silence. Distance. Separation. Yeah. They're jealous. They're envious. They're a snake in the grass. And they do things for the sake of attention. And they're petty. Pettiness. They could be thinking about you, maybe about the good times, maybe at the photos, you know, dwelling on something that's already happened because they're unsatisfied with where they're at. All right, someone's lost interest. It could be someone's lost interest in them and they're obsessed and they're still holding on to you. Okay, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do here. It says holding back, coming towards you, indecisive, procrastinating. And then it says holding on, can't let you go, obsessed. Fake profile, hiding themselves, and plotting and planning. Social media stalking. They may want to show up and visit. Okay, maybe want to drive by the house, See if anyone's there. All right. I feel like they're still denying the truth. They want to have their plan B. Too much has happened here. They're trying to clean up the mess that they find themselves in. They don't want to have any proof. And if there's proof, it'll be found in winter. I feel like whatever proof there is, I feel like the spirit world knows what happened. Okay, whether you want anyone else to know it or not. Okay, we have in the closet, secrets being held. Okay, we got that over here, secrets. Okay, and it says, an alternate lifestyle. So someone may be having to hide who they truly are and what they want to be. All right, I feel like you receive your messages through spirit, regardless of receipts. You don't need receipts. I feel like there's, maybe some sort of text, communication, reach out, maybe even a voicemail. They may have like dreams about you, or they're dreaming about this. Maybe who they're connecting with, who they truly want to be with, but they're having to withdraw and pretend. Right? They're having to pretend. There's somebody that wants like a second chance. Again, they're like in the hunger for pleasure energy. So I feel like no matter, what they're looking for, they'll never find it because they're looking outside of themselves. So they're going to be guided back to themselves here. Furious with rage, building up emotions, overwhelming thoughts, and very angry. So just be careful with people. All right. Choose you. Have some self-awareness. Prioritize yourself. Okay. Choose happiness. Choose joy. Choose love. Okay. Let them choose what they want to choose. It's none of your business. Okay. You don't care. There's some sort of commitment here, and then there's evidence. There's law enforcement, temptation, okay? Someone took a risk, and it was to their detriment. I feel like you are calling in what you deserve, and that is someone who's going to prioritize you over taking unnecessary risks, especially when it comes to temptation and choosing that over something that has an actual connection here. I feel like, there's a reason why the connection didn't work. Okay? There's a reason why the connection didn't work. Okay? And consider this a blessing. All right? Consider you not being in the middle of this a blessing. All right? You will get what you deserve. Okay? Even if it's, look at, and then we have someone who appreciates, sees you, sees the vibes, wants to reciprocate versus a fake person who doesn't know who they are or what they want. And they're just, trying to find their way, Sometimes we have to let people go so that they can find their way. And not always are you the one to necessarily be the guide. Sometimes you're there for a lesson or a season or a moment. So, take it for what it was. It was like something that needed to happen to align you and for you to learn. What did we learn? What did you learn? Or what are you learning, I should say? I think listening to your intuitive guidance and paying attention to the red flags. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them instead of, you know, over giving and people pleasing to the point where you're in an energy of depletion. Right? You're no longer choosing someone else over you. They need to choose them and you need to choose you. And then you can both show up. Right? Grounded, stable, secure. All right? Someone finds themselves